Hello friends. In one of my earlier class, I said you that writing for print journalism and writing for broadcast journalism have certain differences. In this class, we will be discussing about how to write for a broadcast and how writing for broadcast is different from writing for a print journalism. So you are all enjoying the broadcast media every day. May it be social media, may it be the electronic media, the traditional electronic media like TV, radio, or the web-based medias what we are all enjoying. Even when we look into the social media, the composition of the sentences, the style of presentation, the length of the sentences, the words that are being used in those media, all are all very important and which catches our attention, and that creates a lot of impact on the receivers. So these are the things that we need to observe what we are enjoying in our day-to-day life, and it helps us in reporting our discipline, our profession, that is the issues related to agriculture. So let us look into what broadcast journalism is. You are already aware about, just I am brushing your memories. Broadcast journalism is a news that is carried on radio, television and internet-based medium as on date. Broadcast journalism can form the public opinion. Obviously, you might have observed this kind of situation, may it be the election in Bengal, may it be the current pandemic situation, or the very important issue that has happened to the farmers after introduction of these three farm bills. So what kind of public opinion was generated and how the public reacted to these issues that you are already aware of. So this is what is the power of this medium, and it touches the heart. It is not only making the opinion, it is touching the heart, it is persuading, motivating, and hence we call it as the most powerful medium which affects the life of the individual. So both broadcast and the print journalism have their own advantages as well as disadvantages, or the limitations that what we can see. If you look into print journalism, it offers depth because so it is covering a lot of issues. The basic thing is you can store it for a longer period of time and you can read it leisurely. All these things are there. It has a context as well as information. But in case of broadcast journalism, it is very important in case of emotional appeal, in case of realism, in case of immediacy. Because in case of print journalism, we cannot go for immediate printing and circulation. It is not possible. It takes at least 24 hours as on date. But in case of broadcast journalism, we can broadcast everything live, in which we are all the beneficiaries and we are all become aware of the things and we start to understand. And it is suitable for even the illiterate or neo-literate or semi-literate people also. Print journalism has its own limitation, like only the illiterate people can enjoy this. So, and the advantage of broadcast journalism over the print journalism is it can serve as a source of infotainment, information as well as entertainment. Both things are possible here. So when we look into this broadcast news, about 70% of the stories last less than 1 minute. It means the span of attention of the listener is very important in case of broadcast. So that is why, so the time that is taken for reading a particular news is less than a minute there. 75% of the stories are local. So when we look into the local channel, 75% of the stories are local when we look into the local channels, or even if you look at the national channels, 75% of the news are local to the country as a whole, and it is dominated by the negative stories like crime, which appears most often. May it be the regional, may it be the state level, or may it be at the national level. Most of the stories of the stories are of controversies give one point of view. So this is what is another limitation of the broadcast medium that we can say. So these are the issues associated with broadcast news. When we write for the broadcast, so for different issues, a different style of presentation is essential. So you cannot have a thumb rule or one particular rule for everything. So that is what we need to understand. So use friendlier or conversational tone because it is being broadcasted, not in the written form. So when we are writing, so its appearance is going to be something different. But when we are reading it or broadcasting it, its presentation is to be something different. So this particular sentence will be repeating again and again till the end of this lecture, and many times while writing for the broadcast or even for the print medium, it holds good that keep it short and simple. We popularly it is known as the principle of KISS, KISS. Keep it short and simple. Because when it is short as well as simple, it is easy to follow. Use present tense as often as possible because what we are, especially when we are broadcasting, it applies for the day when it is being broadcasted. Then treat attributions and quotes differently. So when I am giving some recognition to the institutions like maybe Institute of Agricultural Sciences or Banaras Hindu University, when I am quoting them, when I am taking the names of the thing, as per the research conducted in the Banaras Hindu University, it means I am attributing Banaras Hindu University. But when I am quoting as per so and so, Dr. so and so, Professor so and so, it means I am quoting a particular person that has to be specific as per the statement made by that particular researcher. But when I use the name of an institution, it is of general in nature. As per the Banaras Hindu University, so these are the COVID precautions that we need to take. But according to the director IMS, so and so director IMS, according to the honorable rector or honorable vice chancellor of Banaras Hindu University, it means I am quoting a particular person, maybe the highest office of the university, that is honorable vice chancellor. So then it has to be treated in a different way. So we cannot generalize it. You need to be very specific, but attributions can be bit general in nature. Then add phonetic pronunciation. So which, for example, this is what is another experiment that I am doing. So whether the phonetic presentation, pronunciation, what I am using, whether it is whether you are understanding these things or I need to change that. In my the links that I circulated earlier, I have asked you to give the feedback so that I can change my phonetic presentation. So I can use the accent what you all are able to understand. So this is what the news anchor has their own style. Maybe it is Rajdeep Sardesai has his own tone, the Rajat Sharma is having his own tone, then Shweta Singh, and there are so many popular news anchors. So they have their own phonetic tone of presentation, pronunciation, and because of that, so they are very popular, and because of that, some are not popular also. Then use punctuation to help, not to hinder the delivery. Punctuations are very, very important. I am sure in your English or in any of the grammar classes, maybe your regional language, whatever it is. So the importance of this punctuation has already been dealt with you. So we need to have punctuation so that to get the pause at regular intervals, so that the total meaning of the sentence should not be missed, but it should give the complete understanding. Then avoid abbreviations and symbols, especially in case of broadcast medium. Otherwise it creates a confusion. So there is no abbreviation. It is not that I need to say ICR. I need to tell that it is Indian Council of Agriculture Research. I cannot use IIBR. Maybe the people related to agricultural sciences, they are familiar with IIBR, but not all. So that is why I need to pronounce it as Indian Institute of Vegetable Research. Then it becomes more clear. Then round off the numbers and spell them out. If I say that it is 7.8% of the people, so it becomes a bit difficult for the people to understand. So instead of that, I can say that about 80% of the people. people, or about 89% of the people. So when it is rounded off, so then it becomes easy to understand as well as easy to comprehend. Then there are certain common terms and the technical terms what are used in case of especially the radio news reporting, that just for your understanding, because some of them may appear in your competitive examinations also. Anchor means the person who is hosting the newscast. Actuality means it is a sound bite. Sound bite means so the opinion of the people what we are collecting from different sources. So we are taking it in the form of a bite. It lasts maybe for about 20 to 30 seconds or 30 for 40 seconds like that. It is not more than that. Less than a minute that you can say, at the most less than a minute. It is not the debate, but it is a simple bite on a particular issue, reaction of the people or voice of the people. Then the natural sound is the ambient sound what we can create. Then the script is written version of the entire story, may it be the news story or the feature story. Voicer is the news story that does not use any actualities. Then lead in means words that introduce an element in the story. And live means it is not pre-recorded. Wrap means the story begins and ends with the reporter. There is nothing beyond that or nothing before that also. So when a news reporter gives his complete reporting of about a particular incidents that happened in a place, so that becomes a wrap. Then introduction means it is a lead to the reporter's wrap. So because news anchor is sitting in the studio, news reporter is on the grounds. So what the introduction that is given by the news anchor sitting in the studio about the news reporter and his area of coverage. So that's what is known as intro. Then in cue means the first word of a cut or a wrap. Wrap we have already said, story begins with the reporter. So what the first word that he is using, that's what is in cue, and out cue it is the final wrap, the final word that he is using. Tags are the closing lines. Tags are the closing lines. They are also called as sign off, sign out, lookout, standard out cue. All these things are the synonyms that we use for the tag, but basically it is a closing line. Talent is basically the reporter or the anchor or the disc jockeys. They are known as the talents. Then tease is brief headline or the promo for the coming story. So wait for after break we'll be covering this story. So whatever we use that particular thing, that is known as tease. Then why broadcast journalism, why writing for the broadcast is different than the print? Because of the target audience. As we said in our earlier part of the discussion, so this broadcast news is being heard by or viewed by even the illiterate, the people of all age group. So that's why it is different. This is what is the target audience. Then broadcast is meant to be heard, not read. So that is why it is different. Unlike the print medium, which lasts forever, we cannot say it is forever, but lasts longer than the broadcast medium. Words, but in case of broadcast medium, so once the words are spoken on a broadcast, they are gone. We cannot repeat it. But in case of print medium, that is what is the biggest advantage. You can read that particular sentence any number of times until and unless you understand that. But in case of broadcast medium, once the sentence is gone, once the word is gone, you cannot repeat it. It is a bit difficult. So nowadays we have this podcasting mechanism, but that also has limitations with it. Then it is meant for quick, up-to-date information, not detailed stories, because everything that what we are covering in short. So if it is to be detailed, so then it runs for hours and days. For example, the election coverage, so it takes longer time. So people don't have much time to sit for that particular time. So that is why they are giving you the short stories at regular intervals. Audiences short attention span and the task of writing for them for the year make the broadcast journalism more broadcast writing more challenges, because as I have already said, because people don't have time, they want everything in the shortest possible time. So that is why it is becoming more channel, because you need to write for their ear. So that is what is another important factor that we need to keep in the mind. Then broadcast journalism must think in terms of the listener's time. Their time is very valuable. Accordingly, your time is also valuable. So then you need to work on that. Then coming to some similarities, because whenever you are into the profession of journalism, you need to go for background research. It is common for print and broadcast. Then emphasize on a similar news elements, maybe the proximity, maybe the timeliness, maybe what, where, when, what elements of all these things are common for both. Then good writers and good anchors or the good reporters are very important in case of both the profession. Then writing the story in case of broadcast journalism. So let us start with a few points we need to keep in the mind. It is basically largely writing for the broadcast journalism is the process of rewriting, that we can say. Why it is so? Why we are telling that it is rewriting? Because a lot of broadcast news writing involves rewriting, because the editors receive the stories from press release released by an institution, scripts, and the notes released by the various people or the various sources. Hence, it must be rewritten. We need not reproduce as the institution has given you the report, because you have your reporter was there to attend that, and in addition you have the news release also, press release also. So keeping all these things in view, so you need to rewrite it. Before rewriting, it is very important to understand what you are rewriting. So this is very important issue, because the press release or the script or the notes what you have made, so that needs to be, that becomes the base material. So now it has to be organized, so for which you need to be very alert. So if you are unable to understand the received news in various forms, maybe in the form of a script or a new notes or a news release or whatever it is, so how can your audience understand that? So that is why it is very challenging task. So what we need to do that, number one, read the source copy till you get the clear understanding. Maybe you may need for you may read it for once or twice or thrice. So it is only a matter of practice. Once you become an expert, so you can easily understand that. Then ask these basic questions, 5 W's and 1 H. So until and unless you get an answer for these things, you cannot write a comprehensive, complete, understandable story. So the 6 basic question you need to ask. What is that? Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So until and unless these questions are clarified, maybe in the news release or press release or notes or whatever it is, you need to clarify them by contacting the source. So this is what I said in my earlier discussions also. Many times after the event has happened in our institution, we constantly receive the calls from the news reporters. सर थोड़ा ये बताइए, तो वो बताइए कि ये कौन बोला, वो कौन बोला, ऐसा क्यों हुआ, क्या हुआ, everything that they want to have the clarification, whatever is doubtful for them, so they are clarifying it from us. Then when you read in the newspaper, in the morning's newspaper, you get a beautiful story there. Retell the story to yourself in your own words or to your team for improvement. So this is a practice. This is the practice, and this is a thumb rule that we can say. This is the top secret that we are revealing for you. So you need to tell the story to yourself or your team, so that anything that is missing or anything that is to be added or anything that is to be modified becomes clear to you. So then you can write the entire story in your own words. But while writing, the things to be kept in the mind are not rearranging the words that are already mentioned in the press release. You need to write it in your own words based on your understanding. Many channels or the newspapers are using the similar source material, because you are representing a particular channel, maybe a Doordarshan or Aaj Tak or whatever it is. But at the same time, the same news has been received by some other channels also, some other newspapers also. So under such circumstances, they are also preparing the news. So that is why your news should be something different than their news. So that is very essential. Then short and simple sentences, again and again we need to understand these things. Keep the sentences short and simple. This is what I said many times. We are going to repeat it. You need to understand this and you need to practice it. A sentence should not be more than 20 words. This is the upper limit that what we are giving. This is the upper limit that what we are trying to provide you. Then use conversational language to your writing. You need to write as you talk. To say it is very easy, but to practice it is a bit difficult. But with practice you can easily master that. Then alternate short and long sentences. All the time, if you are running the sentences of 2 to 3 lines, one sentence, so then reader stops reading that particular thing, or the listener stops listening that particular thing. So that is why the sentences should be short, and maybe one of the next sentence may be long. So that's what you need to alternate. Then alternate simple declarative sentences with the sentences starting, because the next part is, as it is said by so and so, but it should have been like this. It is like this because the reason behind that are 1, 2, 3. So these are, for the first one is a declarative sentence, because it is like this. The reasons for pandemic are like this. Because of that, you need to take 1, 2, 3, 4 precautions. So this is how you need to alternate this declarative and the simple sentences. Then the best format is using subject, verb and the object. Begin with the subject, bring in the verb in between, and last the object. So some examples in agriculture sector, if at all I can make an effort, is the farmers organization simplified the marketing. So this is what is the era of marketing of agricultural produce, and wherein, so how can you simplify that? With the help of the farmers organization, means you are going for the group approach. So this is the simple message that you are trying to provide. Then a farmer adopted the integrated nutrient management. So that is what is revealing so many stories. The hurricane destroyed the crop. So this is how you need to continue with your sentences. Then brevity, you keep it as short as possible. So unlike the print, the broadcast writers must deal with the time issues, like keeping apart the deadline. Write the stories of 30-second time slot. So this is very important. This is what I was telling you. So time, in case of broadcast journalism, time is very important element. We need to keep these stories as short as possible. Tell the news in few seconds, as short as possible, and give as many details as possible in the shortest possible sentences. Every 10 seconds, every 20 seconds, you can give a particular point. Then be brief, but include all necessary details. Don't distort or leave out essential information. So while delivering these messages, you should not distort it intentionally. You should not distort it intentionally, or you should not leave out any of the messages, but try to make it more complete. Then act like an editor, because you need to act like an editor, because once you, as a reporter, when you submit it, your editor is going to modify it. But before that, it is better if you can modify it. Then always ask why, and include the reasons for events and actions. So this is what is your reader or your viewer or your listener is looking for. If you are answering why, so then you are the most successful reporter. So coming to the 10 tips for writing broadcast, it is a kind of summary that you can say the things what we have discussed so far. Maintain originality. So initially you may commit certain mistakes, but don't worry. Begin with those mistakes, but you should maintain your originality and write stories in your own words. So that is more important. So that gives you confidence, and that gives you a chance to improve. It creates impact on the listeners. Use short sentences, write as you talk. So this is what we have been emphasizing. Write simple sentences without many adverbs and adjectives. You need not glorify it. You need not add more technical jargons, because people can understand it very easily if you use simple words. Then be brief and concise. Be simple as far as possible, and again only include the important details, and must be sure to include the why. Why is very important, because people are looking for that. Maybe your readers, maybe your listeners, or maybe your viewers, they are always looking for why this thing has happened. What are the reasons behind this? So these are the key issues. Then use one fact per sentence. So this is why we are telling that sentences should not be too long. So when you use it one fact per sentence, so then automatically you are reducing the time, you are reducing the space also. Use simple vocabulary without any jargons. Then talk it out. Make sure everything sounds right, because you are trying to make the story complete by involving all the possible facts and figures. Then make sure the stories are easy for announcers to read. So you are using the language in such a way that it becomes very easy for them to understand, and think and write as you talk. So it should be the original delivery by the reporter. So this is what is expected. To conclude, we can say that the writing for broadcast is a bit challenging approach than the print medium, because the reactions of the listeners or the viewers are instantaneous there, so they may switch on or they may give it up. So there are a number of things that can happen, and keeping the time factor in view, you need to begin with, and you need to use the simple language as far as possible. So this is in a nutshell about how to write for the broadcast and how it is different from writing for the print medium. Thank you.